Right, ready to rumble at the back? Cameras all right?
Yeah.
All good? Yeah. Hello.
Hi, hello.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Any injury updates at all? Any concerns?
Yeah, in this moment we have Tom. Tom cleverly is injured, and Isaac, Success, and Roberto Pereira. We'll see. They are not training with the team today, and we'll see tomorrow if they can train. I think they can. They will train tomorrow, but we'll see.
So you think with Success and Pereira that they will be part of the squad?
Yeah, there are doubts in this moment.
Percentage?
I don't know. Today Roberto felt pain, the same pain, and Success was training alone. I think they can be ready for the next game. Tom is out, and I don't know how many time he will be injured, because in the next days I'm sure it's not possible to play.
So you have some selection issues.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you played Aurelio so far in the FA Cup. Do you think you will stick with him, or will you bring Ben in?
I don't know the Wolves keeper. Then I don't say who is going to play. But for me it's not a problem to choose the keeper, because I have 3 very good goalkeepers.
And he's done nothing wrong, has he, when he's started in the cup? He's played well.
Yeah, all my players play well.
With Andre Gray, he doesn't like being called super sub.
Mm-hmm.
Has he earned himself a place in the starting lineup in recent games?
Yeah, not only is a good substitution. I think Andre had showed this season many times he can play starting in the first 11. I remember the first 4 games we won in a row, 4 games, and he played from the beginning. Then I know it's an option, and we'll decide the next days the best 11.
But sometimes if you have a player who can come on and make an impact, that's a good weapon, isn't it?
Yeah, but I trust all my players, and for me, you ask me many times about the changes, about the players I put in the first 11, or the players I changed for the FA Cup or for the Premier League. There is a moment, to be honest, I don't know how many changes I did with respect to the last game, or if it's FA Cup or if it's a Premier League. I try to choose the best option for the next game, and in the next game it won't be different.
It might not make any difference, I don't know what you think, but the fact you won the toss and the guys will be in their home kit, the yellow.
Yeah.
Obviously that means something for the fans.
I know.
Does that matter? Is that a good thing? Will it have any effect?
It's not, in my opinion, it's not so important. But if you ask me about what I prefer to play with my first kit. I like it, and I prefer, but I think it doesn't help us to win the game.
Are you superstitious?
Not so much.
So you don't take any comfort from the fact that Wolves in their white kit have never won this season?
I didn't know it. Yeah. Then I know I'm going to play against a very good squad, a good team. They are playing really well, getting good results, and I'm sure they'll be full of confidence like us.
It's an interesting game, isn't it? It's the 2 best teams outside what we call the Big 6.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a better game in some ways.
Yeah, I hope it will be a good game. I'm sure in this moment both teams, as I said before, are playing well with good results and in a good moment, and we have to show it. We have to show in this semi-final what we are able to do, and to show if we deserve to play out the final.
You go in full of confidence, I guess, after that performance in the week. You sensed there's a lot of confidence and obviously maximum points return in the Premier League for Watford as well. How are the players at the moment?
The players, I think, are keeping the same attitude during all the season, and it helps us to feel in this moment all the work we've done before. We are getting a good reward, enjoying with a semi-final, enjoying at the end of the season, because we have many options to improve points, to improve positions, and I think it's good for the team to be in April with these options when there are 6 games left, and the FA Cup as well.
How do you guard against that? Obviously the Cup, reaching the semi-final, great, maybe reaching the final, great. You've already achieved the record in the Premier League with the team. How do you stop the team thinking in terms of the Premier League? I say, we've done that now, we can just concentrate on the Cup.
Yeah, I think we usually do. It's nothing different for us. Before the last game against Fulham, some of you asked me what you are going to do because the players will be focused on FA Cup. It's not true. My players all the time are thinking only in the next game, and it wasn't different for the next game. Now it's normal. All of them are looking forward the game and trying to prepare as better as possible that game. But when this game finished, we will be focused on the next game, Arsenal, on Monday, and try to get the points are in play.
Troy Deeney obviously had a disappointment of a FA Cup semi-final defeat a few years ago. He's saying words to the effect of getting to the semi-final is nothing, doesn't excite him. It's only good if you get to the final. Do you agree with him?
I think in this moment Troy is looking forward the game, and he will do everything to try to win, and I'm sure he will be super motivated, and it's the most important for me. After, when you are not able to win, you have to accept, and it's normal. But in this moment before the game, all of my players are motivated and very with a lot of ambition and trying to win the game.
It's a horrible game to lose, though, isn't it? A semi-final, because you're so close.
Yeah, I think it's worse to lose the quarterfinals than before. We have the chance to go to Wembley with our supporters to enjoy a semi-final. Many years we did it many years ago, but the club did it many years ago, and we have another chance this Sunday, and we have to enjoy it. I think not only is important the end. I told you many times, I think you have to enjoy every day and to enjoy now at the semi-final, because you never know when you will be able to play another one or a final. You have to enjoy every day.
Where will it stand in your career as a coach, Javi, if you do get Watford to the FA Cup final? Would that be your best achievement?
I've never played as a coach a final, and then semi-finals I play in Russia, but a final I've never played, and it will be the best achievement in this competition for sure.
And to win it?
If I win it, I don't know what I'll do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi Javi, nice
Hi.
to meet you. You just said you've never got to a semi-final as a coach, so how proud does it make you to take your players to Wembley this weekend?
I think it's something special this season, because we work really hard in pre-season during all the competition, and now we have the possibility to enjoy with our supporters in Wembley one special game, and I think it's very good for all the squad. All the players are looking forward to the game. We have in this moment 26 players, and all of them are helping the team in the moment they have to play, they have done really well in FA Cup, in different moments, and I think it's good for the team. It's good for to keep healthy the team, the mentality, and it's a good reward for all of them, not only for 11 players that they'll play from the beginning next game. I think it will be a good reward for all of them as a team and as a club as well, because for our supporters it's something different, and I'm very happy that they have the chance to enjoy the next Sunday.
But what about you? Because I know you always concentrate on your players and deflect any attention from yourself. But you must be proud with how this season has gone for you. Record points tally in the Premier League's 8th place in the Premier League, and a semi-final place as well.
Yeah, we'll see how finished everything. But in this moment, I think we have to keep our ambition. It's the moment when we have to make a step forward and try to be able to keep our level, to keep our ambition, to keep all the good things we've done before. And now is the moment when we have to show it. I think we've achieved something special, like 46 points. That is the best ever amount of points in Premier League. But in this moment, if you ask me about me, I prefer don't look back now. I prefer to live the present and to finish as better as possible.
And I know you don't want to look back, but you did beat Wolves earlier on in the season in the Premier League, 2-0. Does that give you extra confidence?
Yeah, I think it was other moment. It was they were playing with other players, even with other shape, because they've changed something in the team. But yeah, it's something good for us. We did it one time and we can do it again, but it's not different than others games. We know we can beat anyone and we can defeat anyone. Then we have to be ready to give our 100%, and this way we have chance to win.
Just finally, there's just a point separating you in the Premier League table. How similar would you say the two sides are?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
There's just a point between
them. One point,
how similar are the two sides?
Yeah, I think both teams in this moment, in my opinion, are playing well, getting points in a good position. One of them coming from Championship, the other one coming to be not at the bottom but in other position. And now we are enjoying a good season. I think it's a good moment for both teams, and it's a moment the best moment is semi-final to show what we are able to do. Good squads, good teams, and I think it will be a good game.
Beating them in the semi-final give you that extra push to finish above them in the Premier League?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure of that. If we are able to achieve the final, I'm sure for the next 6 games, playing 4 of them at home, I'm sure we'll be able to achieve more points. Thank you.
Okay, end of broadcast. Thank you, guys. With you.
That's what I might have.
I haven't got the right to this game. Cameras all right at the back, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if you're asking me broadcast. Come in after the break. Gary, Jose with Gary first.
Hiya.
Hi.
Excited? FA Cup semi-final at Wembley?
No. Now, of course, I think all the boys are excited now. They worked hard for it to come so far in the cup, and I think it's a special game for us now. Very important as well for the boys, especially for the team, and then after the club.
Semi-final last time the FA Cup against Palace, you were at the club. It was your first season, but you didn't play. Do you remember, and were you disappointed?
I watched it, yeah. I watched it. We lost against Palace, and it was unlucky. That's in football what happened. Huh? You never know in which way it's going. I think the team who puts the most work into that game will win this game.
Early in this competition, the manager used the squad, quite a lot of squad players. Then you came into the side, I think the 5th round against Queen's Park Rangers, and then played in the quarter-final. Do you expect more changes, i.e. the goalkeeper, this time?
No. What I expect doesn't mean something. I mean, that's the coach's decision. He got his own plan. He have to know what he does, and I think he does really well in the moment, to be honest. And I like how it is right now, and especially now we're doing really good that season so far. And the only thing what I really can say is really up to the manager. Who is he going to play? Which formation? That's all about the manager.
Wolves. They're the only team, according to the league anyway, better than you outside the top 6 at the moment. So quite an interesting match. The two teams that are the best of the rest of you.
Yeah, as I said, they're doing also really good this season, but really who puts the most work into that game, that's my opinion, is going to win that game. And I think the boys are really ready for that game on Sunday.
For you, the FA Cup, in this country obviously we grew up with it, it's very important to us. Was it something you knew about before you came to this country as an important competition?
I think every competition in every country, in every league, if it's the league, if it's the cup, is very important. I mean, you can achieve something in your career with it, with the club as well in the future. And I think everyone is thinking about it to have something like that in the hand.
You've achieved the most points in the Premier League as a team than you've ever achieved before, so you've managed to do that this season. So it's a good season already. How special a season would it be to actually go on and get to a cup final and maybe win it?
We targeted nothing in the beginning. We just, and that's what I like this season. We looked game by game, and this is what I said all the time. I was doing it my whole career like this, going game by game, not looking where we can end or where we can go. And I think that's the best way, and that's what we're doing this season as well. The most of the boys now, and that's why we are doing also really good that season, and everyone is really focused, especially in the games and also during the trainings. And it's quite different this season, and that's what makes us really better as a team now.
So there's better to come in seasons to come. Maybe, do you think it's possible to improve on the position in the league, given the big gap in spending between the top 6 and the other teams?
That's what I said. You never know where you can end up in football, but I think it's better in that way how we're doing it right now, thinking game by game and trying to take our points, and that's it. And in the end of the season, you see where you're sitting.
Watford will be playing in their home kit, the yellow kit. You know about yellows. Got 11 so far this season. Sorry to bring it up.
No problem.
It's going to be an emotional game. It's going to be lots of people out there wanting to win. It's an important game. Do you have to, you personally and the team as a whole, just keep a lid on emotions a little bit?
Why you have to step back? I don't get it. Why people are so on yellow cards or red cards? That's football. If you make a tackle or you start moaning, and that's emotional. That's football, and that's what we living for. And yeah, we know the referees. I can't really speak about the referees here, so I will not do it. And yeah, as I said, the team is really focused, and especially now for that game.
So.
Jose, nice to see you. You weren't involved in the Premier League win over Wolves this season. How much of them have you watched so far, if anything?
I know some of it. I think is enough. The manager already showed us some stuff as well, and we're gonna analyze them during this week in another meeting as well. So I think that's quite enough then.
It's just a point in the table. How similar do you think the teams are?
It's your opinion.
I think we are not. I think we're not similar. They have a good season as well, and as I said already, we really focus this season, and that's what I like. I really like on the boys right now, that they really focus in training as well and going with a different mentality into the game, and that was a little bit missing the first year for me, and the second and the third one as well. A little bit the hunger of it, and you can see it this season a little bit more, and doing simple things, basic stuff, and you can see where it ends up.
How much of that is down to Javi Gracia?
The coach is bringing a lot into it, and he's he's very simple guy, and that's what I like. I think even the boys, they see how in which direction it can go if you work on yourself and try to look for the best way in the team. And I think that was the main point from the coach as well, to bring it up for the boys and to see how it works out.
Have you said before, Watford are always aiming to finish as high as possible? He wants to be the best. But as a player, what would you prefer? 7th place finish in the Premier League or lifting the FA Cup trophy?
Yeah, as I said, we're thinking game by game, so we try to take as most points as possible, and then in the end we're going to see where we end in. We're nearly finished, so it's not long to wait.
Right. Any from there from broadcast? No. Okay. Thank you. End of broadcast. Down the front then, guys.